The inside is even going to be worse. Yeah, oh boy. We're getting a little concerned about the maturity of it since I got it planted so late. Yep, not denting at all yet. The good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Good morning, guys. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Ben Lichty. You're watching Pond Bank Farms. We do dairy farming. We do a fair bit of cash crop and also some custom work. We got a fair bit of rain here last night. An inch, almost an inch and a half, inch and, I don't know, 3/8 maybe. And it downpoured. Anyway, I gotta take a little bit of wheat into the elevator. We're gonna clean and treat about half a wagon load for seed for next spring, but it is at 15.5%, which is a bit too wet, so we're just gonna take it into the elevator, and I guess we'll have to buy some next spring. I still gotta we bought some slats here I want to throw on the porch, but gonna take the wheat in first, I guess. So last night I sprayed, and like an hour later it rained, so that's unfortunate. We'll have to see if the spray did anything or not, if we'll have to respray. It said it was gonna rain, but I didn't really believe that it would rain that soon, and then it just absolutely poured. Anyway, I'm looking for Dad's truck or some means to get over to the farm. I guess we'll have to walk. Actually, we'll take the sprayer tractor. So the skid steer tire went flat on Jake, so Dad's taking it in to get it fixed this morning. And he originally was going to take the wagon of wheat in that I'm gonna do, but since he's doing that, I'm gonna take the wheat in. But before I go, this flasher isn't working. I want to change that. So I should just need a screwdriver and a blinker. I think I got one left. I gotta get a whole box full of these. Also, for anyone that's following along, we figured out the manure pump. The keyway snapped in half, so we're getting a whole new assembly. Ideally, we just need the brake, but they don't have a spline. There's a spline here. They don't have the spline brake available. They just have one with the keyway, so we gotta get a whole new assembly. And I guess it's on back order. So when that comes in, we're gonna get the spline one just so we have a spare part, since this motor's still good. Okay, fixed and ready to roll. So I no longer have Clyde with me. He fell and got a little hurt, so he wanted to go in the house, and I guess I'm loaning it. I'm having problems. My shifter's not working. I can shift within the range, but I can't switch to the next range. So I'm not sure what's going on. Luckily, I'm not far from home. But I'm just gonna try restarting the tractor here, see if that fixes our problems. Well, now we're in 3. See if it actually switches though. Yep, now we're switching. I don't know. We're gonna do this. Tractor has a mode called, there's a few different modes, but one of them is called full auto road. So it shifts by itself, which is a pretty nice feature for on the road. Just driving down the road here, and I don't know if you can see that smoke or not. That just started. Something is seriously on fire. Now that I'm a little closer, it looks like someone's probably just burning some pile of something, I'm guessing. Hopefully. Well, we're on our way back with, actually, we kept the seeds in here. The guy at the elevator told us that It's 15.5%, which I thought was going to be way too wet, but he thinks with a bit of air to it in the wagon, it'll store okay over the winter if we keep an eye on it. So that's what we're going to do. A waste of a drive, but I thought 15.5 would be too wet, and we're all still learning. So some people think it's too wet, some people don't, but this guy urged us to not treat it this fall. That way you can handle it better and stuff, and if it worst case scenario, you can still take it into the elevator. But we're gonna, yeah, so we're just gonna hang on to it and keep checking it. Farmers are hard at her. We got a ton of rain, so he's just tethering it to fluff it out again and try to dry it up. Okay, we're unloading the wheat into that wagon. So we're swapping it from here into there because that wagon is not so handy for hauling on the road. We don't use it too much, but it's handy for something like this. Feels nice and cool, so that's good. Empty. Okay, that'll be good there for now until we get the corn planter out. We still got to winterize that, but I don't think that'll happen today, so we'll just shut the door here. So we're draining the hydraulic oil on our TW20 here. Look at that. That was, it's not good. Man, that is gnarly. Now, when did you know it? I just checked, and we got 150 hours on the motor oil that's on there, and that's usually when we change it as well. So may as well do that now while it's in here too. So once again, ignore the mess, but look who came out to visit. Hey, did you come out to visit Daddy? She's teething. Anyway, and right there. We also gotta figure out where this oil leak is coming from. Refilling. And now the hydraulic oil, or the rear end oil, or whatever you want to call it. Yes, it is the old school way. Well, we finished putting the spindles on the porch. Can't believe the difference that makes for looks, but the reason we did it is so we can put gates and Clyde can play outside here when we're not able to watch him. We don't like him out unsupervised because we got a pretty busy road going through here, and you just never know. Good morning, guys. It's a Monday morning here. Today we are going to be cutting what is going to be the last cutting for the year for us. We got some sorghum to cut and some grass and some alfalfa. So we're gonna get that done, and then Wednesday we do have a custom job of cutting, and then that'll be it for the year. So then we'll have to get the discbine cleaned up. But right now we gotta get the sprayer unhooked, hook this tractor onto the discbine. But first we gotta refuel. Somebody's been mudding. I said it before and I'll say it again. We picked a horrible spot to put the fuel tanks. It was my decision. I was much younger and dumber, but this is where, and I didn't realize, I guess, this is where all the water runs. I forgot the baler and tractor were in here. I gotta pull them out before I can get the discbine out. think Dad wants to clean the baler off anyway here, so we'll just keep it outside. So we want the PDO to be coming out as straight as possible there, so we're gonna lift it up until we're straight. Something like that. Looks good to me. Okay, we gotta quick grease it yet, because we did a lot of acres last time. So I'm in a little bit of a rush because I'm getting a bit of a later start than I was hoping. So we're gonna just quick get the important parts greased and get out there. I feel like every time I come in here now I have to say, excuse the messy shop, because it's just getting worse. It will get better, but it hasn't yet. Yeah, that knife's got to get changed, no doubt about it. So we have something on this unit called a quick change system, which is handy. Sometimes we do lose knives a little easier than we should because of it, but it is very nice when you have to change a knife. Got the new one in there. Just like that. Okay, let's go cut. So the first field we're arriving to cut here is new seeding. This was peas and oats that we took off and we underseeded with alfalfa. So we're starting with this field. This field over here is oats we planted. We're gonna take off for green feed, but it's growing really nice, but obviously not near ready to cut yet. Start up the PDO. Oh, I forgot. I gotta put this in gear. So you can, this is where you switch it on these tractors from 540 to 1000. So we're at 1000, and then there's normal and economy. We'll keep it in normal. There we go. $800 should be good enough. So my initial reactions of this field, it seems to be very up and down, or a little up and down, but overall it's not too bad. We didn't get out here and cut our peas and oats as soon as we would like to. Normally we do it a lot sooner, but we were held out of the field due to all the rain that we had. So it was a later crop of peas and oats we got, and so that's the new seeding didn't have a chance to come as fast. But overall it's not too bad. We do have a few spots where the peas and oats went down so much that the new seeding is actually smothered right out, but not very many spots, nothing to be concerned about. So we have a DC-133 Case IH discbine. What's my overall views on it? Would I buy one again? Well, that depends. Depends on the price and what prices I'd find, but one thing I do like about this discbine, I don't know if all discbines are like easy to fix or not, but this one I personally know inside and out. So for me, fixing it is not a problem. It's just time, and I don't have to get anyone else out to fix it, so that saves a fair bit of money. We've had it for 5 years now or something, so maybe 6 even. So you get another discbine, you got to learn. There's something to be said about, you know, if you always have the same equipment, you'd get to know it. Do I think it's superior to any other discbine? No, absolutely not. It's got things on it. It could be built a lot better. But having said that, I know what to look for and how to fix it. It's nice now that I know it. So my overall take, it's not the greatest discbine on the market. It's not the worst discbine, and I know it, so I like it. Looks like we had a little bit of sorghum in the drill when we planted this, which not a problem. It'll just mix in nice, but interesting. And now for our second field of the day, the sorghum field. Hopefully the ditch isn't too steep here. Should be all right. I dare say second cut sorghum is gonna be better. Let's do a guess the bale challenge here, shall we? We got 25 acres here, second cut sorghum. Guess the bales, drop it in the comments, and I'll let you know in the next video who was the closest. That's 4x5 rounds. gotta admit, I love cutting a good crop.
It smells really nice, like almost like a little bit of that corn salad smell. Interesting.
If you watch the video when I cut the first cut off of here, this is second cut sorghum, by the way. If you watch the video when I cut the first stuff, I was a little bit discouraged and basically said I didn't think we were ever going to grow it again. I don't know. I'm almost changing my mind now. We threw a mix of fertilizer on here after the first cut sorghum came off, and obviously it did something. And we had some dry weather, which the sorghum loves. I don't know. We'll see how many bales we get, but this is definitely more encouraging. So we got a good cut. I just stepped out here to show you kind of how high it is. We're compared to me, it's shoulder height. This is maybe one of the higher parts, but it's all generally that high, so can't complain. So cutting this sorghum is definitely coming with its challenges. The odd time it'll catch on the bottom. I don't know if it's because it's so long. You can see there, I was riding along, didn't cut it perfect. I'm having to stop a little bit to just lift the discbine up or whatever and get that, like, I don't have to get out, but just gotta lift it up. And so I'm not sure if it's because it's so long or because it's so thick. I have to go fairly slow, but won't complain about that. I am not used to the field taking this long to do. I've got to go pretty slow. I've used a ton of fuel. It's a different kind of crop, no doubt about it. And we're at field number 3 for the day. We're cutting this right wide. He wants to make this into horse hay, so the idea is you make it wide and get more exposed to the sunshine and the heat and the wind. And we're on the last field of the day, field number 4. 20 or 25 acres here, I forget right now, I gotta look. But it's getting on to the night, 7:30 or something, so would have been ideal to be done sooner, but I didn't know I had to do all this today. So this is our corn over here. We're renting this side of the bush lane. I think if it goes out and around the back, I think it's about 35, 36 acres. This was the first field of corn we had planted. It is a shorter day, so shorter day than our corn silage. So I'm gonna go take a look at these cobs when we're done cutting here, if it's not too dark. Got the lights on. It's getting dark. So I was getting all amped up. I was figuring tomorrow would be the last day we'd be cutting, and I was making big plans. We're gonna wash the discbine off. Perfect timing. Well, I forgot that we have 35 acres of oats planted that we gotta cut yet. So there goes those plans. There's no point washing off the discbine if we gotta just get it dirty again in a few weeks. So I guess it's not quite the last that we're cutting. For some weird reason, it keeps getting darker. Still cutting. Last strip. Okay, even though it's dark, as promised, we are gonna look at the corn. We're gonna risk getting eaten by the bears and the wolves, just for you. So it's not the tallest corn I've ever seen, but it's not the shortest. Doesn't overly matter with the height though, it's all about the cob. We are looking really good on the outside here. We're getting a little concerned about the maturity of it since I got it planted so late. Yep, not denting at all yet. We need some serious heat. And then that's the outside row. The inside is even going to be worse. Yeah, oh boy. And another issue I'm seeing is we're getting 2 cobs on most of the stalks, and the one's tiny. As you can see right there, there's a little cob, and then the one's big. It'd be better if this wasn't here and all the energy would be going into the big one, However, the size is not the issue. It's the maturity. So, oh man. We need a lot of heat yet. Let's pray for some heat. Bow your heads with me. Okay, time to go home. It's kind of funny. It doesn't seem that late in the year, and then September hits and it just all of a sudden hits you like this year is almost over. But I will take this lesson into the next year, and next spring I am going to be hard at it. Trust me. Okay guys, so I think that'll be the end of this video. Stay tuned for the next video because I think that sorghum is gonna put our baler through the absolute test. So that'll be very interesting. Anyway, go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed it. Hit the thumbs up and see you in the next one. Take care guys. Thanks for watching.